So, Turkey. I'm talking about the country, not the bird or the sandwich. The country run by now practically an authoritarian dictator, Erdogan. Is that how we're saying his name? He's been in power for like 17 years. It's getting worse and worse. Remember the bullshit coup from 2016? He used that as an opportunity to consolidate his power. There's an election coming up. Right now, though, he is getting a lesson from world capital markets about how not to run your economy. The man has some strange economic views, and because he is so powerful, he has surrounded himself with economic advisors who are basically all sycophants and stooges. In his screwed up world, high interest rates, from the central bank, result in inflation. In every other part of the world, raising interest rates is one of the strategies that ought to be implemented to combat runaway inflation. So in the lead up to this election, Erdogan goes public saying, we're tired of these international IMF conspiracies. We are going to run our economy in the new way, the other way, where we cut interest rates in order to combat inflation. The result of which is the lira, that's their currency, is basically galloping out of the farm door. It's hit 5 to the US dollar, its worst level ever. And now he's being forced to backtrack. So you got to wonder with guys like this. Did you know, for example, that in that country, Turkey, it is illegal, flat out illegal, to criticize the head of state? So, for example, a couple of years ago, some people got locked up for contending in an online Facebook post that Erdogan looks like Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. That doesn't look like a crime. That looks like a valid observation. So who knows where it'll end. Maybe, just maybe, in the election that's coming up on the 24th of June, as a result of this currency chaos, the man will be unseated. They'll vote for someone else. But knowing what kind of idiots there are in Turkey, chances are he's going to win with an enlarged majority. Look, clothing giant H&M has had a tough time in South Africa. Let's give them that. They're up to 18 stores. They're hitting this market hard, but just generally not getting a lot of love from the marketplace. Remember, they had that drama, I don't know, like 6 months ago, when the EFF, the Economic Friends Forever, Envious Friends Forever, Economic Freedom Fighters, yes, that's what they're called, trashed their stores because of a rather injudicious T-shirt that ran in global markets. Let's be honest, that was not one of the designer's high moments. Now they're taking more flack because somebody pointed out on Twitter this morning that at one of their stores there are T-shirts being sold which feature the Minions from Despicable Me wearing, I don't know, what looks like Christmas tinsel. So it's, what month is it now? It's May. It's May, and we're selling Christmas gear. So the tweeter, who is an older, grumpier person, let me just put that out there, indicates that she thinks this is because, H&M is doing that age-old trick, which is taking Northern Hemisphere stock and trying to dump it in the third world on unsuspecting customers. The company, of course, denies that this is what's happening. And you know what? On this instance, I'm going to go with the corporate excuse because you know what it's like with teenagers. They love to wear these ironic tees. So, for example, at Christmas time, expect to see from H&M T-shirts like this. Have a good time, tinsel tits. Yep. Or what about Rudolph the Randy reindeer? We've seen those kinds of T-shirts as well. And finally, and very appropriately, we have a reindeer of fake news. Here's an observation about capitalism and the benefits of private-owned enterprises over state-owned enterprises. I know, you're shocked. Settle down. Deutsche Bank, right? One of the world's largest financial institutions, the centerpiece of the financial community in one of the world's most resilient and dominant economies, Germany. It's currently fallen on hard times. Investment banking's doing badly, equity trading is out, they need more asset management, they need near regular banking, they've got cost-cutting problems, all of the above. So what happens? A new CEO announces today that they will cut 10% of their employee workforce. That's 10,000 people, 10% of 100,000 employees in total. That's what happens when companies are listed on primary exchanges and are subject to shareholder pressures. They fix themselves. They make sure that they make a positive contribution profitably. Now imagine if that was a state-owned enterprise. like for our South African audience, Eskom, South African Airways, you know what would happen. They would rub their hands, have a turnaround plan, speculate about what might need to be done, and stumble ahead, doing basically jack shit nothing. That's what would happen. Wow. I mean, wow. Just look at this guy. That's Michael Rotondo, age 30, of Syracuse, New York. Upstate New York, in the United States of America. I mean, this guy is the son of the year. Son of the year. He is currently in the news because he went to court. No. His parents went to court, seeking an eviction order. The man lives in the basement. His parents want him out. They're dead tired of him and his layabout ways. They want him to get the hell out of the house, get a job, and move his wrecked car from their driveway. Meanwhile, he says, no. He deserves at least an additional 6 months because he is a valid and current member of the family. Wow, this is just amazing. And remember, the United States of America is a country which currently has less than 4% unemployment. That means basically everybody that wants to be employed has been employed. That means that companies like, McDonald's and other minimum wage employers are basically begging on the streets for people to come and work with them. That means that if you are sick, lame, or lazy, you've got tattoos over every square inch of your body, your hairdo is bad, your body odor is not good, you too can still find a job. Come on, Michael, get the hell out of there.